Hey guys, this is Anime Ballsy here, and today we're going to be doing the 8th part of What If Goku Was Reborn with all of his memories. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe, it's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jit. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
With no future timeline, Zamasu has no timeline to escape to. Goku has realised this and knows that it's not long before Zamasu goes down the dark path of trying to swap bodies with a Saiyan to gain their strengths. Judging from the stories told to him about the Tournament of Destroyers, he's sure that the person is going to end up being Goten. He was the only Saiyan that actually participated in the tournament from Universe 7, and he did so with a perfect run, not being eliminated by any foe. However, if he can get Beerus to stop him like he does in canon without any sort of warning from the future, then he should be able to stop him altogether. It's not like there is a Goku Black still lingering in a future timeline that simply doesn't exist. Therefore, he comments to Whis about how there is a god called Zamasu that hates all mortals and that Beerus should eliminate him before he causes further damage. Whis is very cautious and doesn't know how a god could go down this path. However, he takes heed of Goku's advice and takes Beerus there just to see how the god is. They interrogate Gowasu and Zamasu upon arrival, and Gowasu seems totally oblivious to what's going on. He's never even thought of Zamasu acting in such a hateful way, but Zamasu has his key cloaked hand behind his back. Before he can be called to action though, Beerus arrives in front of him. So the rumours were true. How surprising, Beerus says, before turning him to dust with the power of Hakai. Zamasu is no more and the threat of him is totally gone now. This means that what is to come is the Tournament of Power. Goku is confident in his team with the kids now all capable of Super Saiyan Blue. This is the time that the kids are allowed to return to Earth. Their mothers are worried sick about them just leaving, and they are happy to see they're doing just fine. They've grown taller and many of them are as tall as, if not taller than their mothers now. Raditz Jr. is the largest and is already taller than Goku by this point, since Raditz looks to be like 6'3" or something like that. With such a high number of Saiyans at the ready to help, Goku believes that they'll win this tournament by a landslide. Goku is friends with Zeno just like before, and it's like they're already friends from the way he talks. He is hyped up to have this Tournament of Power and Zeno agrees to letting it happen. Before the tournament there is a competition between the Gods of Destruction and then Goku and Toppo. Toppo, the future god of destruction of Universe 11, stands tall and confidently against Goku. Goku knows that this guy stands no chance against him. If he whips out Ultra Instinct, then he'll win seconds later if he actually tries. Toppo dashes forward, and without his aura of a god from utilizing God Ki, it won't be easy for him to hit Goku. The Saiyan manages to use Ultra Instinct within his base form and evade his first punch, stepping back. He may not be using all of Ultra Instinct, but this mere portion is all he needs to evade this attack. To close the distance again, Toppo wildly throws a hook to Goku's face, but the Saiyan dips under it before rolling forward and standing back up to make his stance. Each time he tries to land an attack on him, he can seamlessly evade it and remain unscathed. However, nobody has seen him throw a punch yet. How about we step this up and use God Ki, Goku asks, making Toppo smile. So you can use the aura of a god technique as well. I should have realised you would be skilled enough to use a technique of that sort, Toppo replies. He uses his aura of a god power, but Goku remains vigilant and awaits his advance. Goku, from training at this divine level from youth in this second life, has become way stronger. The gap between him and Raditz isn't perceivable since he doesn't go full power against them ever really. That gap though is extremely large. Toppo comes running in with an impactful strike and Goku takes it head on. It gives off an intense shockwave, sending him sliding back across the arena. The next attack comes his way in quick succession and Goku knows he can't just take a punch like that again. His base form just doesn't have enough power and he ascends into Super Saiyan God before teleporting away. Toppo looks startled upon seeing nothing, then turns around to see Goku standing before him with God Ki. It took you a while, Saiyan, Toppo says, making his battle stance once again. However, he is taken aback by the sudden advance by Goku, which he can't even react to properly. He is stricken and defeated. Goku doesn't even need to move higher up and use those greater forms of his. He could already use MUI before he was even supposed to know of Beerus and the gods, and the gap between him and this man is great. Soon after, each universe have to form their teams for the tournament. With 10 members for Universe 7, this is how it goes. Firstly, everyone from Beerus' planet is sent to participate. Chi-Chi is very reluctant upon hearing the nature of such a dangerous event, but it's explained to her that the fate of the universe rests on this tournament. To be honest, Goten really doesn't need to go since they have enough firepower elsewhere, but to say that he won't be a valuable asset is just false. The first 4 chosen are Goku, Vegeta, Raditz and Nappa. During this time, Raditz and Nappa have diverted away from from the path of Ultra Instinct but have instead become more interested in Beerah's power of destruction. They are nowhere near the power of Ultra Ego but can convert material into energy to form massive explosions. The next three chosen are Raditz Jr., Goten and Trunks. These kids all scale slightly above Nappa and will be more than valuable assets to the team. For the remaining three spots, Piccolo was chosen to take up one of them. After learning Tien's Neo Tri-Beam, then refining it even further, they believe that he could be impactful to the team. The next member chosen is Gohan. He might not be strong now, but he has great potential, and upon seeing his young brother and cousin so powerful, it makes him want to try and achieve the power that he once had a long time ago. The final spot is given to Tien, since he has become decent friends with Piccolo. They've been training on Earth from time to time, and since Tien isn't fully human, he outclasses Krillin. The 10-member team is sorted and it's almost fully Saiyans. Saiyans with God Ki for that matter. With so many Saiyans, they are able to complete the ritual on Gohan to give him the power of Super Saiyan God right away. This gives him an instant boost to his power, but he is still way weaker than even Goten and even Piccolo really. However, this is when comparing bases. When he uses Super Saiyan God, he is definitely way stronger than Piccolo. Piccolo and Gohan train together, each reaching their limits. Instead of fighting Tien all the time, Piccolo is grateful to be fighting somebody that is far stronger than even himself. The team head to the tournament and it begins. The 10 members disperse while Tien and Piccolo stay close by each other. As for the other Saiyans, they have other plans. Goku dispatches of the weaker members of the Pride Troopers. They are all like flies to him and don't really cause him any trouble. Gohan encounters the trio of danger, being Lavender, Basil and Bergamo. Unlike before, he now has the power of God Ki and is ready to face them. He shouts and enters his Super Saiyan God form, rushing Lavender before he even has the chance to properly react. He SWAT kicks him out the ring before grabbing Bergamo by the arm and spinning around violently to also throw him out. Before he can attack Basil though, Raditz Jr. comes out of nowhere and lands a kick to the side of his abdomen to eliminate him. He then slides across the arena from this gathered momentum and has done all that in his base form. Who knew these people would be so weak, Raditz Jr. realizes, before grabbing the punch of a fighter to throw them off the battlegrounds. Frost is in this tournament and is terrified to see the young Goten approaching him. He was eliminated before he even had the chance to use his poison in the Tournament of Destroyers, and the young kid charges at him. He cowers away in fear only to receive a punch from base form Goten that is so strong he feels like his internal organs are going to burst. Frost drops down to his knees, holding his stomach in complete agony before Goten grabs his free tail. He lifts the man above his head before hurling him off the ring to take him out the tournament. Across the tournament grounds, Piccolo and Tien face Dispo while Raditz Jr. and Raditz are stood facing Toppo. Raditz speed blitzes him and grabs Toppo's head before entering his Super Saiyan blue form. "You are nothing to us," he declares, while Raditz Jr. then dashes forward to throw several punches into his gut. Toppo coughs blood, now on the edge of the ring, before receiving a full-on Neo Tri-Beam from Raditz Jr. directly. Luckily, Raditz Jr. does this in Super Saiyan God and doesn't go full power, so he doesn't just incinerate him. However, he leaves bruises all over his body and launches him off the ring right away. Tien and Piccolo place their hands in a triangular form, launching their Super Neo Tri-Beam together. Dispo has great speed and slips past both attacks with ease. He then speed blitzes Tien, landing a single punch to his stomach that cripples him. He feels nauseous and drops to his knees, while Piccolo then tries to take over the fight for him. He launches his special beam cannon repeatedly and in quick succession, but he just can't seem to hit him or injure him when he does land his beam of energy. "You're far too slow to do anything to me, green guy," Dispo claims, before rushing straight toward Piccolo. Piccolo can't even react to his sudden assault, and he is then saved by Gohan that lands a punch on his face. "Fall back, Piccolo, I'll take him out for you," Gohan shouts in his Super Saiyan God form. Dispo has taken his punch but has received a bruise. The two fighters charge toward each other and slam into each other violently. They seem to be toe-to-toe, but Gohan then stops pushing to throw his enemy off. He then kicks him in his body to force him backward. The two fighters engage in battle and seem to be complete equals. Dispo is nimbler and faster, while Gohan has a larger frame, giving him superior strength and power. However, Gohan isn't landing as many attacks. He hasn't fought as much and tires out before his opponent does. He is forced to take several attacks head on, and Dispo uses his superior speed to totally overwhelm him. He lands a series of punches to his stomach before throwing punches and kicks to his face. Finally, he spins 360 degrees to build momentum and slam the sole of his right shoe right into Gohan's chest. This launches him off his feet while also sending him sliding across the battlefield. Gohan is now bruised and bleeding from his mouth, also very tired. "You've occupied my time for too long now. You were weaker than I expected," Dispo claims, lifting his hand to form a ki blast. As Gohan looks up, his eyes flash blue, then so does his hair. He stands up slowly and looks lifeless, but he then snaps. He starts shouting at the top of his lungs, growing in power at alarming rates. His power seems limitless and just continues to grow and grow. Finally, he ascends into Super Saiyan Blue. With an immediate 50 times boost to his power, there is little that Dispo can do. He then starts running around him with his insane speed, totally disorienting him. Gohan doesn't even look like a person but a ring of energy that he can't escape. Gohan then gut punches him viciously, grabbing his wrist to hurl him out the ring. He defeats Dispo, who is sent right back to the stands to spectate the rest of their tournament. "You did great there, Gohan. Go and eliminate more fighters," Piccolo says, walking up to him. Before Gohan can reply, Jiren comes flying in out of nowhere and punches Piccolo right off the ring before doing the same to an injured Tien. Before he can attack Jiren, Goku kicks him in the side of his body and mere Super Saiyan God. The attack totally wins Jiren and sent him rolling. He throws himself back up to his feet and looks infuriated by the fact he's been injured by someone else. "Move away, son, just get rid of the other universes, I'll defeat him," Goku says, with complete conviction. Gohan has complete trust in his father and moves on to engage other targets. During this fight, Kale has totally lost control of herself. She has entered her Super Saiyan Berserk form and Caulifla is trying to get her to try and fuse with her. Goten and Trunks have spent their time trying to fight this warrior who has gone totally ballistic. With each of them far surpassing even Goku from the cannon, the fight doesn't last long. Kale shouts at the top of her lungs and swings down to hit Trunks, who doesn't move. Trunks is much less polite than his friend and is instead arrogant by nature. He grabs Kale and lands a single punch that drops her. Even if she is totally lost due to her rage, the pain is too much for such rage to mask. Trunks then kicks her off the ring and Caulifla watches Kale get eliminated before she can even reach her. Just as she turns to try and view the two kids, all she sees is a fist engulfed in blue ki heading toward her face. Goten punches her in the face and eliminates her too, but held some of his power back. He feels bad just hitting the girl and totally walloping her. Finally, Goku faces Jiren, who has already lost his control from feeling pain from his attack. So, if Jiren is hurt by my attack, that means I should be stronger than I was when using Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in my previous life. That's some good growth, Goku realizes, watching Jiren blindly charge toward him. Goku doesn't even increase his level of form, but just incorporates Ultra Instinct into the form he's already using. He continues to evade the attacks that come his way, making Jiren even angrier. Goku enters Super Saiyan Blue, then begins using the power of Kaioken times 20. He just uses this form to see if he can use it, and he feels some strain. However, he intends to use it for only one attack. He hits Jiren right in his gut, winding him completely. Goku returns to just Super Saiyan Blue, then decides to try and use a different form for flair. He begins using Master Ultra Instinct, and the gods that still remain are totally shocked. The spectating angels that have become inert are also fascinated by this form that this mortal has managed to achieve. The gods stand to praise the mortal's achievement. The other Universe 7 fighters become gravitated toward Goku, who lightens up the entire arena. He looks like a god as he walks forward to Jiren, who is too weak to even retreat. Each time he steps back, he feels even more pain in his stomach and he does more damage to his internals. He coughs out more blood after taking 2 steps and falls to a knee before using his sheer willpower to keep himself up. Jiren clenches his fist and then grits his teeth, stealing through the pain to throw a punch right at Goku. The Ultra Instinct user evades his attack by just stepping to the side, letting the furious Jiren fall to the floor. Jiren is too weak to even get back up and the intensified pain in his gut is too much for him to look past. "I apologize, Jiren. Do not think that you are not an excellent fighter, because you are. There's always one stronger than you when you're immortal. I might be stronger than you, but I pale in comparison to the gods up there," Goku says, lowering himself beside Jiren. "I don't want your pity," Jiren shouts before falling into a coughing fit. As he is on the floor, he lifts one of his arms and begins screaming at the top of his lungs. A ki blast shoots toward Goku and Jiren hits the Saiyan head on. However, once the smoke clears, nothing has happened. The Saiyan is still crouched over him with no injuries whatsoever. "I understand," Goku says, before grabbing one of his legs to throw him out the ring. The final fighter is gone and many of the Universe 7 fighters still remain. The only ones eliminated were Piccolo and Tien. Goku leads his universe to victory and receives the final wish from the Super Dragon Balls. He uses his wish to wish back the other universes, just like Android 17 did in his past life. He wants to meet people like Jiren again who have amazing potential. Now what is to come is not the Broly arc. Broly has already been found by Goku and Paragus lives soundly on Earth and frequently spends time on Beerus' planet with his son. He doesn't have many friends on Earth, but he spends a lot of time acting as security at Capsule Corp alongside Android 16. Goku has started to get a lot more tense and reserved because he knows exactly what's to come. Moro is about to escape from prison. So that will conclude the 8th part of What If Goku Was Reborn with all of his memories. Please tell me something you liked about this video or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.